Ugh. Turn the audio down just a little bit. Hello. Hello, hello. Holy shit, that queue to get in was insane. Okay. Enough of the clicky clicky keyboard. All right. I gotta remember what I was doing. Oh yeah, reading the quest description. Probably help. Am I spelling this right? Yes. Okay, cool. My free company chat is going off right now over the queue times. So apparently I was not the only one having just an absolute whale of a time getting logged in. I have been sat in queue for over an hour and a half. If I get disconnected, I'm gonna actually freak. Festival is about to begin. What do you expect me to say? Cleaning up after the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all, but the lifting of wings is tradition and a joyous one at that. Wasn't that lovely? Repairs, schmapairs, get in there. Once your friends return, the lifting of the wings can begin at last.
So few have come.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Right. Off we go.
Off we go indeed.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest. But this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Human sacrifice? Is that what you're trying to imply?
Listen well, friends!
It's going to end our journey real soon.
We bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival. Let your shoulders burn or your feathers fall out, but do not even think of dropping her. Ready and...
I could get used to this.
I get real tired carrying that thing around like that.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Oh, she got...
Well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
If she got seasick on the boat, she's definitely going to get seasick with all that jostling around.
Right. We've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozanuaki!
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
Fancy.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy.
Wait, and you mean to tell me that these people didn't believe that this was a magic ritual? Not 20 minutes ago?
Keshaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
Neat.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
No kidding.
Amazing.
I know I've already said this like
That's such a
6
cool way
times, but
possible.
the graphical overhaul that they've done is subtle, but goddamn if it does not look good. And like even simple stuff like that is just visually just really, really impressive. Like it doesn't have to be like giant set pieces to show off the, you know, the graphical fidelity. Should I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognized the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater.
That burb very big. Also, hello.
Connor!
You know, to this day, I actually have zero clue how to pronounce your name without sounding very sus.
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
course, this fucking mint twink nerd over here just comes in and
That wonderful.
sciences his way to a solution.
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Just a bunch of letters put together say it however. Well, here's the problem with that. I'm just gonna call you G. How about that?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity.
Also, you know full well how most people are gonna pronounce that, because your Discord tag was spelled that way for many, many moons.
It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Kinda intended? Kinda?
Archon allies?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wooklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
And here's the point where the big mean fucker swoops in to try to steal them from us.
So this is what they look like.
Go on, set it in the tablet.
Like caramel candies?
A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
A third promise? You must join us for Ihihana next season. As Dawn servant, of course.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now. Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
I feel like they're leading us into a revelation that we actually know this Kona person from earlier in the story.
These are interesting times indeed.
but disguised. Although with that said, I don't...
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
And yet, you won't. Hopefully, anyway. What was I even saying? Oh yeah, Kona. I don't even... Now that I think about it, I don't... Well, I guess if he was disguised, would he even really need to be in a disguise? I guess not. I think maybe I'm just trying to speculate too much. Okay. So we're heading back to Tuyalalal. Where's she at? I just now saw what you posted, G. Yes, I know my hair is luminous today. Urkapacha? Maybe? Chances are good we'll find an elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see what your opportunistic Pelu friend has to say. Your kitties are like goblins on caffeine right now? Oh, jeez. They got the zoomies. Waiting for what feels like days. Rekivo's tacos to feed an army. Okay, cool. Main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. Urkapacha, we depart from the Arch of Dawn. Take the road west. We'll be doing more stumbling than walking. Where to now? It'll be easier just to sprint across. I don't know if the mic picked that up. That was a very, very loud siren outside. Oh yes, the alpacas. The smaller one always loses to his bigger brother, and still he goes for more. Yeah. Sounds about right. little brothers do a whole lot of fucking around, but the finding out part doesn't seem to stick. They're adorable. As a smaller brother can confirm. Steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads, our merchants would be lost without them. Fill the same niche as the chocobos. One of them spat on. I knew it was the spitting. I knew it was the spitting. Oh my god, if you've never been spat on by an alpaca, it is a life-changing experience. But if we need to ride alpacas to reach Urkapacha, then that's what we'll do. Considering Wuklamat and I are like 6.5 foot tall cat ladies, I don't know if these alpacas are going to be strong enough, but I guess they are.
Poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear.
Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh. Do tell.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuklamat, are you not?
I've been playing this
I had
game
thought to encounter one of the
for like
Dawn's
8
promised
years.
Here of all places.
So it's no surprise to me that certain dialogue is predictable at this point.
But I should introduce myself. I am Bolnok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watrunpelo.
Truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, huh?
Is that a local beverage?
You'd love it, Alice.
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
Out with it.
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
Ah. Why Steam beep? I'll check that in a moment.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliola. Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Doubtful. See? Aaronville agrees.
Watrunpelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yes. It's... I don't even really know how to describe this flavor. I just got it, and I've never tried it before. Come on. Come on. Come on, camera. You can do it. You can focus, you piece of shit. Okay, I guess not. It's Berry Madness by Drips Inc. Judging by the label, we've got raspberry, strawberry, blackberry, grape. I think that's a grape. That might be a blueberry, though. I think that's a blueberry. I get tired of flavors and just do base plus Nick. Oh, so fruity indeed. Anyway. Yeah, I get like the like flavor blindness really quickly, so I have to bounce around a lot. However, with that said, my go-to is this guy right here. God damn it. Do the thing. Do the thing. There you go. Right there. This stuff is legit, but I know the owners and they ship to me. I don't know if they'll ship to anybody else. If I feel like putting something in it, I go with mint or mango. I'm basic like that. I think I actually have something that's a little mango. Oh, I've got strawberry. Cherry pop, which I have not tried this one yet, but this one seems promising. And then there's like this candy apple, which is also really good. Yeah, mango and strawberry are flavors that are like really hard to get wrong. But yeah, on the subject, once I am out of my current stash, that's actually going to be it. I'm quitting completely, finally. At least that's the plan, anyway. I have no idea what's going on right now. Investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Okay, I guess I just gotta talk to people. I can do that. Here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't much care who sits the throne, as long as they keep Tyrol peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mescal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. You're damn right you get off my bird. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I'd say. Sorry, ADHD brain kicked in. Alright, yes, you were asking about that elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there is a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobly, will probably tell you more. Cool. Heard all about the right of succession, rooting for Zeralja. Expand the sphere of influence, means more access to resources, yada yada yada. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No. Fine with me. Mablu, did you have a question for me? Don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. I can see them quite well. Happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobly, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. Interesting. Fascinating, truly. Almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. I did manage to learn that Tobly is the man to speak to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Sorry, my partner is currently in the restroom right now. Okay. A visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Did you just hum? Okay. I don't believe you. In this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. Okay. It's as good as guess as any. Hey, as long as it's not my gill. Diligent. Maybe.
Deducing the Dawnservant Selector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Simple, yes, sure.
Right.
Totally just didn't guess my way through that. And then there's this asshole.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
You're Tobli.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
What's the catch? Aside from the obvious, of course.
While I've not had the best
Bring out the example!
The example.
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right?
Yes, that is what he said.
Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent.
Definitely not her kink. Yeah.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Okay.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As
Apparently.
I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
That's not foreboding at all.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Uh-huh.
In other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
Okay. I don't want to smell you. All right, Squeak, you gotta move. There we go. As Wooklamat helped demonstrate, the valet alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. $1,000,000 gil for a fucking saddle? You're out of your mind. Suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. So I gotta find somebody named Havli. There's Yavli. Give us your lunch money, punk. Come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. Dick bag. Correction. You champion peace. I frequently wake up and choose violence. I can solve this problem right now. The younger ones, though, to them strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. They become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles. Didn't he just buy a shitload of wool? All right, let's go find this guy. Kuvlo's Inn. Works for me. The spinny thing that signifies loading is called a throbber. Cool. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledged to preserve the peace when thrown. Well, poncho. I feel like somebody in my apartment building is burning incense. It's actually becoming quite overwhelming. $500 pill, trade it for something even more valuable. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. He's got a poncho. Something about fighter. Well, there's this guy. That's a questionable leather bag placement. I wasn't gonna say anything. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate. I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Oh, I talked to the wrong person. Hello, Red Vex. Okay, so as it turns out, this zone is actually just fucking huge. Not a cactar. Okay. Sent the alpacas back to Kuvla's farm, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. And perhaps you understand I was an orphan too. Togli took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. And everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity, yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. Might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? Final Fantasy music will always hit the spot. Very true. Especially considering Sokkin just like constantly hits it out of the park with 14. I was tempted to get into 14 sometime last year, but I feel so behind and I don't know how the game is friendly to new... I don't know how friendly the game is to new players. Tried WoW retail and it was the worst experience of my life. Yeah, well, WoW sucks now. But the nice thing is 14, yeah, you're technically like over a decade behind on like how the story unfolds. But for the most part, you can almost play through the entire thing single player. And the parts where you do actually have to play with other players are, especially in lower level stuff, like by the time you get around to like level 60 or 70, you already have a really good idea of how the game works. So everything previous to that, like as you're leveling and getting introduced to the game and figuring things out, is actually like super easy and beginner friendly. About the only part that I can think of that's probably a slog to get through would be the Primal Rush in patch 2.5 or leading up to patch 2.5. I think they were supposed to truncate all of that, but I don't know if they have yet or not. There are two phrases that can trigger the PTSD of any Final Fantasy XIV player, and that is a series of cutscenes will play in sequence, and pray return to the waking sands. You're going to see that dialogue box at least 1,000 times. But yes, WoW retail has sucked since like Cataclysm. Which is honestly where that game should have died. Okay, what am I doing? I was not paying attention to any of that dialogue. Mate leaves? Sorry, just chatting with the FC. Okay. I played from Cataclysm to battle for Azeroth. Azeroth? Your ex got you hooked. I started playing WoW in open beta. And I kept playing WoW until what the fuck was it Legion or Draenor? I think Warlords of Draenor came out, and then Legion. Legion was where I finally quit for good. Started late vanilla and stopped at Cataclysm. You feel like you did the right move. You did do the right move, because Cataclysm was where the game stopped having any good content, period. And that was the rating. The rating was awesome in Cataclysm. Some bitchin' raids in Cata. Oh, you didn't even get that far. Yeah, what was the name of that zone? Vishara? Vishara. Yeah. I played through Mount Hyjal as my starter zone the first time around on my Fury Warrior. And the only reason that worked for me was because that Fury Warrior, I was a #1 ranked Fury Warrior on my server when Cataclysm dropped. I was literally best in slot all across the board. I had Shadowmourne, and then I had the Lich King 25-man heroic two-handed sword offhand. And everything else is 25-man heroic gear. So I made Mount Hyjal my bitch. So I thought it was going to be fine when I started on my Death Knight. And just got my ass handed to me. Yeah, so I had to go to Vishara, or whatever the fuck the water zone was called. That game does not handle depth perception well. Cataclysm Rogue was super fun though. I actually didn't play Rogue all that much. Or I hadn't played Rogue all that much since Vanilla. Any water zone was crap and fair. Vashir, that's what it was. I was close. I had my vowels mixed up. Yes, Vashir. Absolutely dreadful zone to quest in. Because my problem was, I would try to attack things, but it would tell me you're facing the wrong direction. It would give that weird error message. And every single time, it would be because I am slightly below and behind the mob that I am trying to attack. but because the game doesn't do depth perception very well, it looks like it's right in front of you. It was very frustrating. Uldum was a badass questing zone, though. The Harrison Jones quest line was awesome. Only thing I remember about questing in Cataclysm. Everything else is just like dripped out of my ears at this point. You actually fought and killed a goblin. There was a goblin that you had to deal with in that quest chain. That was an analog to Hitler. And it was some of the funniest shit. Farmed the Lost Time Dragon. Oh, was that the Time Dragons? Those were the Bronze Dragons, weren't they? Was that the one you got from the oh god, there was the Stratholme, not Stratholme. It was a dungeon that you... It was a rare mob. Okay. I was thinking of the... there was an achievement you could get in Wrath of the Lich King in a particular dungeon in the Caverns of Time. It would be a bronze dragon mount. I have no idea what this conversation is. The Lost Time Dragon. Oh, I remember what you're talking about now. I think I remember what you're talking about. Was it that super rare spawn in Northrend? Yes. Okay. That is what I was thinking of. Yep, that one. Oh, right. It was the Proto-Dragon. The Proto-Drake. See, my favorite mount in that game, once I finally unlocked it, was the purple Proto-Drake from the What a Long Strange Trip It's Been achievement chain. Sucker for turquoise. Wasn't there a turquoise proto-drake? I know there was the Time Lost. There was the purple one from the holiday achievements that I just mentioned. There was the green one that you got from the egg in Ngoro Crater? No, not Ngoro. There was that faction that you could get the weekly egg from. I spent like a fucking year dealing with those eggs trying to get the green proto-drake. And I think there was also a black one. No, there was just a regular black drake that you could get for doing the you had to do the burn kill on the one black dragon raid. I don't know, it's been so fucking long since any of those achievements meant anything to me. Oh no, I didn't attune to the Aetherite. I gotta run it back. That's fine. Not a cactar. That's funny. Queen Hawk. Oh, I do not want to get hit by you. You're freaky looking. Am I following the right path? Yes. Bender curl. Oh yeah, there was also a red proto-drake, but I don't remember what that one was from. That one looks pretty cool. Get out of here. Okay. Attune to the Aetherite. Avoid any further walks of shame. The other day he was muttering about monsters prowling around agave jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients. Presence made it harder to procure ingredients. Okay, I get the picture. Chef from Tulia Lal. Yes, well, mezcal is a very strong booze. Okay, I guess I gotta go all the way up here. Premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand. Doesn't come cheap. Monsters in the agave field. That is something I can take care of. Okay. Ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Rumored invitation to the palace. No such thing as being too prepared and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Valakshinsa. Supporter of Wuklamat and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. Alright, time to go beat up some wildlife. This will go faster if we split up. Yeah. All right. Oh goody, more sirens outside. Wonder what could it be this time? All right. No, didn't think we'd actually be able to do it, did you, chump? All right, what did you do to sabotage it? Neat. That is a very pretty color on that chocobo. Yes, we have acquired the saddle. Got one of the Wildborns. This is going to be hilarious. It smells your fear, Wooklamat. seemed hardly bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Wuklamot's touch. Giant loogie out of nowhere. Uh-huh. Spray paint. See, only explanation. Everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. Must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Pessimistic. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tulialal all those years ago. Vast and unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but opportunity. Yes, and when you hand it to them on a silver platter, they feel justified in their beliefs. How's that for some logic? He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. Unite not only Tulialal, but the star in its entirety. Strawberry Starburst. Ooh, I need to fight these guys.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wooklamart is alone in this.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Urge to make crass joke intensifies. Fuck it. I'll pitch your tent, Aaronville.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Aaronville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shak Tural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for... Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
Oh my god, he can smile.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
I did it.
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
All right, I'll be right. Okay. I don't need dyes. I see you looking at me. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I saw that. I know I'm gorgeous. Any second now. Any second now. Alpaca loogie out of fucking nowhere. Just, it's gonna happen. Never met cats that enjoy belly rubs as mine do. I mean... the maps just roll like a dog. Okay, that's adorable. Sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea. Grew somber when he learned of our plight. So it was that a few words from Gulul Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. Interesting. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. Never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. Pele Pele were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent but never found any trace of that fabled place. If they couldn't find anything, what could the Yakoi have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Fair point. That is a big fucking mountain. Dawn's servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance than simple fashion. Head back to Tuliyalal and plan our next move. Yep. Everyone she meets will come to love her too. That's why she'll win the throne. My frame rate just dropped. Mescal marinated swamp monk. No one keystones from the Feet of Reeds and the Feet of Gold. Our approach to the contest was the right one. Let's visit the giants next. Like Kryl said, the fact that they were searching for the Golden City might mean they know something useful. Great stairs. Oh, right, the storm. That name. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother trying to read that. The markets of Watch It. Other side. Okay, well. Sudden frame rate drop is a little concerning. As long as it doesn't get too low. You guys might not be able to see it because I am streaming out at 30 frames per second, but I do have my monitor and refresh rate and all that stuff set to 144. Tacos do sound wonderful right now. Although I do have a quesadilla in the fridge from the food I ordered earlier. Representative of this grand center of trade. Pleasure to meet you. Oh no. Tombstones? Rowena? Oh. This guy. Hmm. Okay, yeah, I think the frame rate drop is just due to, like, population density. Nothing to be too worried about. There you are. Any veneer of bravado I try to put forth soon cracked beneath its weight. No! Fucking hell, my game crashed. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, let's see if I'm gonna fight the Q boss. Yeah. Yep. Oh my god. Well, considering that when I got in the queue earlier today, it took about an hour and a half. I think this is where we're going to have to call it. Oh well. It was about time to take a break anyway. Yes. Yep. I am out of here. Thanks for hanging out, G. See you in a bit. I might go live again tonight. I don't know. Take a nap for a few hours and come back to it. Either way, I'm out of here. See ya.